Okay, so I think we're all set. I'm excited to be here with everybody tonight. We're going to talk about how we can build your business and get you some points for this Bahama trip. So we're really excited this month about everything that's happening with Miriam. If you haven't had an opportunity to get either in my group page or Donna's group page, a lot of great things were announced today on in the NMD call, and there's a whole recap of the call and super, super exciting things. This is the best time to be in this company. They're going to make some announcements in January about our new name and our new compensation plan. And, I couldn't even be more excited than right now, because what you do between now and January is only going to snowball. That effect is only going to build even bigger for you in January. So we've got 3 months to really, really build. So not only build for your trip and to be rewarded by an awesome trip then, in June, but to also build your business bigger than you can ever, bigger than it could ever be. And the reason for that is because it's going to look like we are a whole brand spanking new company, and we've got 7 years behind us. We're at, making $2 billion at the $2 billion accumulative point, with lots of brand partners, lots of great products, and lots of companies. We're global. So with all of that, I can just say, you know what? Put your head to the grind and just go for it. Just get on this fast train with all of us and go for it. And what I want to talk about tonight is helping you to make a plan to do that. So I put a little PowerPoint together so that let me see if I can share my screen. I'm going to go through a couple things with you and then talk a little bit about each thing as we go through. Hopefully this is going to work. There. So it's right in the middle of my screen. Let me see if I can move this over. Hopefully, can you all see that? So let me go back here. I want you to start planning your day every day, and then your plan will work for you. And you can see that right there. Plan your work for today and every day, then your plan will work. So if you're not planning your day and you don't set aside a plan for your day, then like you've heard before, your plan is a plan to fail. So I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you. So what we need to do is we need to start working our plan. And how we can do that is to set aside a time on a Sunday, every Sunday, to make your plan for the week. So, and when we do that, I can't get this to move. I don't know why. Now I'm stuck. There we go. So if we start out, I'm going to talk to you like you don't have another job other than Miriam. But if you do, you can still make this work. I think those of us that have worked full-time jobs, gotten up, got ready for work, and gotten out of the house can work this business better than those of us that are home all day long. And the reason for that is because we don't have structure in our day. So one of the things that I want to help you to do is to get some structure in your day so that you can get out there and you can market, you can get exposures, and you can build your business. So start getting up early, just like you have a job, just like you have a job. Get up, set your alarm. If you can't wake up when the sun comes up from taking these great wellness chews, then set your alarm and be up by 7 o'clock in the morning or 6:30, and start with personal development. Start with reading 10 pages of a good book. Meditate or pray before you even get out of bed in the morning. If you can write down in a gratitude book things that you are grateful for that day, that's going to make all the difference in the world. And take a walk and listen to an audible. So then, from 9 to 10, set aside time. Don't get on your phone. So we just took time where we did from 7 to 8, things that are really important. Prayer time, personal development time, meditation time. That's first thing. Gratitude time. Then get in the shower and get ready to get going for your day, just like you were off to go to work. And you're probably thinking, okay, but I love this stay-at-home job and I love being in my pajamas. But I want you to be ready so that you're ready in a moment's notice to do a 3-way call, to do a Zoom, to do, to get in the car and go meet somebody, another brand partner for a sit down. Just be ready, be expectant. So from 10 a.m. to 12 to noon to work your craft. Now that means marketing, whatever marketing you're going to do. practice your scripts, practice your system, get in your back office, learn about the products, learn, learn, learn. You know, the biggest thing that I learned when I first started out was listening to our videos every day. I listen to videos in the morning when I'm getting ready. I still do that. You know, I listened to Nerium U tonight. We had Nerium U, but tomorrow morning I'll refresh myself and listen to that all over again. It was excellent tonight. The ladies on there did an excellent job. They did about going to the events, and then there was another part on three-way calls, which was excellent. It was the best teaching that I ever heard on three-way calls. So it tells you from A to Z how to do a three-way call and how your brand partner should do a three-way call if they're getting an expert on. So if you missed Nerium U tonight, be sure to get on there. So plug into the corporate update call. I just said about Nerium U. The training calls are on Thursday, and then your training videos under resources go in your back office, and there's a whole section on your trading videos. I want to say one thing about the corporate update call. I look at that like that's my boardroom meeting or my staff meeting. And I make sure that I have my alarm set in my phone. I'm on Eastern time and that's on Central time. So at 10 minutes to 4, that thing goes off and tells me about the corporate update call. Because I never want to miss that. And I happen to be home on a Tuesday afternoon and can listen to it. But even when I was at the office on a Tuesday afternoon and I couldn't listen to it, I would make sure that I would replay it because that has valuable information on it. And if they're changing something or they're giving us something or they're adding something, you know, that's where you're going to hear it first. So make sure that you plug in. From 12 to 1, now again, if you're working, you can incorporate this in your day in 15-minute increments. But you know what? If you're working, you can still do this. Set your lunchtime up, just not for you, but lunchtime to meet up with somebody, meet up with a friend, a family member, you know, another business partner that you can do training with, connect, or just plan to connect with someone new. I had a brand partner last week that told me her goal was every lunch last week, it was her goal to meet with someone and have a lunch with someone and talk to them about Nerium. And I know she did. You know, that's just an action step to take care, to move your business to the next, to move the needle with your business. So just make some commitments to yourself to do that. From 1 to 3, now this is pretty funny, shake hands with 50 people. I thought, well, where I found this, I thought this is pretty funny. How are you going to shake hands with 50 people? Now, if you're out and about somewhere and you're at a big, I don't know, if you're at a big function or a big party, maybe that would be possible. But I would tell you to get out there and to meet as many people as you can in a day. And if you have business cards that say Nerium on them, you know what? Start handing those out because January, you're going to need new cards that say Neora on them. So you need to start handing those cards out and giving them out and telling people what you do. So you want to start prospecting, and I'm going to talk about that at the end of this little slide presentation. We're going to want to work on social media, doing like 2 posts a day, you know, at least 2 posts a day. If you can do more, but I would say if you're just starting out with this, do one about your family or one about gratitude or one with a personal affirmation, and then do one with Nerium, you know? So whatever you can do to let people know what you're doing is really, you know, one way that you're going to move the needle for your business. Community outreach. So if you're not involved in the community, I would tell you, get involved with your community. Do it. There's a lot of, I know I'm really involved with our area food bank, and most of you have, you know, with Thanksgiving coming up and everything, there's a lot going on with food banks and outreaches. So check your local community calendar and see what's going on and get involved. Start meeting new people. That's the only way you're going to get new business. New business means new people. And so you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit to do that. So pick 3 things that you're willing to do. Now, I don't know what those 3 things are, but you know what they are. Then follow up with the prospects that you already have. You know, prospects that you've already made in the past, go through your list and make sure that you're doing your follow-up. Make sure that you're doing your calls. Set a day. Now, this says from 3 to 5 p.m. So you know what? I set a day. I do all of my follow-up calls on Tuesday morning and Wednesday afternoon. And the reason I do that is because I know the end of our week is Wednesday night, and I like to just do follow-up calls and just say, just tell them that I'm touching base with them, ask them if they were able, if they use the sample, or, I tell you a lot of times I don't give samples out, and I don't give very many samples out, but I will do my follow-up calls from people that have asked me about information or have messaged me on Facebook and wanted information. And I will do a follow-up and tell them I'm putting in orders tonight. No pressure. Just wanted to check in with you. I'd be more than happy to put in yours. Just let me know. And you wouldn't believe how many orders I get just from doing that. People really want to give us an order, but they totally forget. They watch your video or they read the information you gave them. They try the samples. And because we don't follow up, they are not, we're not getting the business. We're not getting our orders. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. So the next thing is, what's your non-negotiable every day? What is that? It's different for everybody. And I don't want to tell you it's to do 5 birthdays a day and wish somebody, a happy birthday, or to do your Facebook post. But I want to tell you, what I want you to do is you pick yours. You pick something that's for you. You pick a non-negotiable that you will be able to stick with and do. Because if you pick it, you'll do it. If I tell you to do something, it might not work that easily. So I want you to pick it, and then it's going to work for you. And then it's going to be a non-negotiable. You'll do it no matter what. So that's going to help you to grow your business also. So you know what? We're all at a new beginning, and January is going to be a great new beginning. And Mark Twain said this: the secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret to getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks, and then starting on the first one. So it's all about just getting started. Just get started, and be willing to be a beginner every single morning. So when you get up in the morning at 7 o'clock and you write down your things you're grateful, or you think about your grateful things, and then you do some prayer time or some meditation time, and you read your 10, books with positive affirmation, there is no way that you can have a bad day. No matter what's ahead of you, if you think about starting your day like that, you'll be able to take your things, your tasks down, and you make them small, and you can just move forward. And I can tell you, when you start being more positive and you start having positive affirmations in your life, and you come across somebody that's negative, you really have to work hard not to tell them that they're being negative, but you'll be amazed at how negative this world really is. So, but you don't have to be that way. You have a choice of, and see, that's non-negotiable for me. I work really hard to not be negative. And if something bad's going on, I'm going to flip it and make it a positive. So you know what? A new mindset is going to give you new results. And that's the best thing that we can do, is get new results. We all want new customers and new brand partners. We want to go on this trip. And right now, if we get new brand partners, which we all should be working towards, we're going to get double trip volume with our second brand partner and everything from that point on. I worked really, really hard last month, and I didn't have one brand partner come in. But the first day of the month, well, it was Friday, so I'm not sure what that date was, I had one of those Class A prospects sign up. And you know what? This month isn't going to go by without me getting another one or 3 or 4 of them, not when I can get double points for them. And not knowing what I know is going to happen in January. I want you to all get super, super excited. I want you to have a new focus. I want you to think about the way you were when you first signed up with this company and how excited you were. When I signed up, we only had day, night, and firm. EHT had just come into the picture, and that's all we had. So if somebody didn't like those products, that was it. So, and if somebody didn't like the scent of our product, that was it too. And I wasn't really crazy about it. So thank goodness I had a great result with EHT, because I had a product that I loved and was easy for me to sell. So you know what? And I went to, but better than that, the biggest product that I knew I had was the opportunity. And I really, really, really want that to be your number one product. If you make that your number one product, the opportunity, you will be, we're going to be in a totally different place in a year from now, and in 2 years from now and 5 years from now. I can't wait to see where we all are 5 years from now. The company always says, Jeff says, be here in a year. And in Slate Edge, he talks about just doing the little things, and that it could take, several years to get to be, at the top. But I think with where we're going and all the countries and all the products, I think we're going to move so much faster. So it's a fresh new day every day. We have fresh energy. We have new opportunities. You got to get your mindset right. You've got to be thankful. You've got to be positive, and you've got to start your day out right. It's like what I talked about just a little bit ago. So if you're not starting your day out right and you're waking up and you're pretty negative about things, get back in bed, take a little 10-minute nap, and then start again, because you need to be positive to do this. So I want you to have a new start starting tomorrow. I don't know how your day was today. If you didn't get a new customer today, I'm not going to, and you didn't get exposures, you didn't get your 2 exposures, that's okay. Tomorrow's a new start. We're going to start tomorrow. So here's one of the last slides I have for you. It's like, you can start the next chapter of your life if you can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. So we've all had last chapters, and I think that's why we are where we're at with this company. And a great part of the chapter in the book that we're reading right now is to go on this trip. And that's only one little small part of the chapter. That's a reward in this book that we're writing and reading. So I want to be on this trip with everybody, and I will be on this trip, and there's several of you that are very close to making the trip already. So just keep working. That's a reward we have for starting a new chapter in our life. And what's to come with this chapter in this book that we're writing for ourselves is going to be unbelievable. And I can just tell you that I've done this before. I've never done it with a company like this company. And all I can say is we are at the top and we are moving forward. So one of the last things I want to leave you with is I want you to start doing your exposures. Now, I want to clarify something. Your exposures are not sampling. So exposing someone is just telling them about what you do. It's just piquing interest. So this is my new brand partner prospect sheet that I give to my team. So if you're not on my team and you didn't hear me talk at the regional in Pittsburgh and you don't have this, message me on Facebook and I can get this to you. But it's what I use. I keep it in a 3-ring binder, a little 3-ring binder. They're smaller. I made them smaller for myself. And at the top, I write the prospect, their phone number, and their email. The action step that I did when I piqued their interest, if I gave them something, if I sent them a video, what the third-party tool is, so that I know. Because if you're doing a couple a day or a couple in a week, you're not going to remember. And then the follow-up 3-way call. So if you don't know what a 3-way call is or how to do a 3-way call, please, please, please get on that Miriam U that was on tonight, because it was an excellent training on exactly what to say, how to do it, how to follow up, how to take them to the next level, whether it's to get them to be a customer or to sponsor them in. And after the 3-way call, like I'm saying, to take them to a live event and then to sponsor them as a customer or a brand partner. And I always like to add this, is if you get the whole way through this and you don't ask them the question, is there anything else that you need to help you make this decision, especially with the opportunity, then you know what? They're not going to come to you and say, oh, you know what? I need this information before I can make the decision. You've got to ask them. You've got to lead them right into it. So you've got to ask them if they want to make this decision. Is there anything else they need? And the same thing with the customer. That's why I do my follow-ups on Tuesday morning and Wednesday afternoon, because Wednesday afternoon, evening, because I'm putting in orders that night. And I love to tell them, hey, because it's the truth. Hey, I'm putting in orders. No pressure. Just wanted to let you know. So just follow up, follow up, follow up. And I know you hear that all the time, the fortune's in the follow up. But right here, we're really good about piquing interest. We're really good about getting information out to them. We're really bad right here about follow up. And we're really, really bad about follow up with a 3-way call. So you'll hear tonight on the call on Miriam U, they were really, really good about telling us how to do those 3-way calls and how to follow up with them and what to say and what to do. So I just encourage you, make sure that you get on Miriam U. And I have Paula. I asked Paula I'm going to unmute you, Paula, because I have everybody else muted. I was out today, and Paula and I talk a couple times a day sometimes, and same with Mary Lou, and it's just great. We always share with each other who we're talking to or what happened, and I encourage you to do that with your upline, your downline, your sidelines. Just be in contact, because it's just encouragement for everybody. And Paula called me on the phone, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, Karen, God is so good. Wait till I tell you this." So I'm going to let you tell you her story, what happened to her today.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this morning I went to my Bible study and I needed some eyebrow pencils. So I headed to Macy's, and I walked into Macy's and I thought, I looked over and I was like, well, I think I'll walk through the shoes first before I go to the eye makeup. So I went to the shoe department, and this woman walked up to me and asked me if I needed any help or anything. And I looked at her, and her face had these horrible marks all over her face. And I didn't say anything, and I said, no, I was just looking around. Actually, I was looking for eyebrow stuff, but I got sidetracked into shoes. We both started laughing, and then I turned around, I looked at her, and I said, I'm sorry, I never do this. I don't want to embarrass you, but what happened to your face? And I was thinking to myself, what a horrible thing to say to somebody. But obviously she had something done. So she had several spots of melanoma removed this morning. And I just stood there and looked at her, and I said, I can't help myself. I have to tell you that I represent a company that our flagship product was created for melanoma. And it was an accidental discovery and blah, blah, blah. You guys know probably where I went with this. And I said, I have some samples here. I'd really like to give them to you. And she said, oh my gosh. So I opened up the brochure and I showed her a couple pictures in there and showed her what it was. And it was the one with the 4 samples of the night cream. And I said, where are you from? And she said, well, actually, I'm really new here. I just moved here from Mexico. And she didn't look Hispanic, so that didn't cross my mind. It didn't matter either way. But she said, everyone I know is in Mexico. And I said, oh my goodness. Well, our company's in Mexico. And she said, really? And she goes, do you know how hard it is to get products in Mexico? And I said, yes, I do. But we're global. And so she was very interested in the product. By the time I left her, you guys, you know that my conversation went on and on about the products, about the company, how excited I am about where we're going. And I looked at her, and I looked right square into her heart. And I said, I bet you're needing extra income. And she said, how did you know? And I said, well, you're working a lot of hours here at Macy's, and you look like somebody who's done something else in your life, because she was very attractive. And she said, I have. She said, I actually just filed bankruptcy, and I had to find a job really quickly, and so I ended up getting a job at Macy's. And she said, so I'm fresh from Mexico, and I really need to make money. And I said, well, I can help you with that. And she said, really, because I'm looking for extra sources of income. So we're meeting on Wednesday. I've already sent her some information, and she has WhatsApp, and that's how she communicates, because she's got a Mexican cell phone number. So we're communicating through WhatsApp, and I'm just super excited. She's excited to meet with me. I'm taking one of my other brand partners. Oh, she also told me she's an esthetician. She's a licensed esthetician. And I just was like, so she was really excited about the products, and it was crazy. And so I know other people, Tatiana, you do this all the time. It doesn't matter. But I usually, I'll talk to people, but I never would have said to somebody, what happened to your face? But, when I think about that, it's kind of like brazen of me. But anyway, but you know what, you can start a conversation with anybody anywhere. And she really, when you see a person like that who doesn't look like they should be working as a clerk in Macy's, there's something, they're needing extra income for something. And she did not fit in the shoe department at Macy's. She looked like she should be doing something else. So I think she'll be a great addition, and I'm hoping that she'll be on here with you guys. You get to meet her soon. Her name's Michaela, so I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted.
Thanks, Paula. So I just wanted her to share that because it's just what we talked about. It was just about piquing interest. It was about exposure. So Paula was out and about today, and she exposed somebody to what she does. You know, she was not afraid to tell them what she does, the products that we have, that they're global, that they're science-based. You know, we've all fallen in love with 1, 2, 5 products. We've all fallen in love with the company. That's why we're here. That's why you're on a Zoom tonight. So I just want to encourage you this week, make it a habit to start 21 days to make something a habit. So try to get those 2 exposures out a day. If you can't get 2 exposures done, then, you know, do 1. And if you're in the house and you haven't gotten out for the day, then get on your phone and ask somebody if they can meet for coffee or if they can have a play date with the kids. Somebody that doesn't know what you're doing, but do something. Make an action step so that you can fast forward this business, especially right now, especially in the next 3 months. We've got some great rewards for doing it. I mean, we get free product. We have an extra bonus right now, $100 bonus right now. I don't know if that's staying, coming, going. None of us know. We know we have it for another month. So everybody on here should work so hard to get an extra $100, you know, this month. So, you know, it's 9:28. I'm going to unmute everybody. So if anybody has any questions or anything, you can hop on. We're only supposed to talk 20 minutes or so, right, Donna? So I'm almost at 30 minutes, so I'm going to stop and see. You're welcome. If anybody has any questions.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So
Hey, before I forget, guys, you know the schedule. You can make it work no matter what you do. You don't have to be home all day. Just take those ideas and apply them to your own life.
Right.
So she was giving a great generalization and ideas, but if you have time in the morning or in the evening or in the afternoon, make it work. And I always do better when I do have a schedule. When I don't, I end up goofing off way too much. But I want to remind you of 2 things. Number 1, there are 36 people on this tonight. Only 25 people have turned in a record. We have 108 groups.
I'm going to mute everybody again.
Just and take a picture, fill out week 1. So don't forget to do that. And also, we have our
Wait, let me unmute you, Donna.
Friday. I'm sorry.
I said I muted everybody because there was so much noise. So
I can hear
your 2 things. So go ahead. It was
so
so
we have
noisy.
our pop-up challenge through the end of the week, through the 12th. So all you need to do is have a real results party and post a picture. We're giving away 2 $50 gift cards. I think there's about 10 people in the drawing so far. So if you've done something or, you know, if you have something planned, make sure you let us know. That's the only way we're going to know. So post your tracker because the whole point of the group is accountability, which is part of your scheduling. You always do better when other people are watching. There, Paula's got her tracker. Think about going to the gym as opposed to exercising at home. I always do better when I'm in a group because I don't want them to know how lazy I really am and see me lay on the couch. So it's the same thing with the accountability. If you didn't get a lot in the first week, it's okay. Just post your tracker. Where's the tracker posted? It's at the top of the page as soon as you log into the Bahama group. There's 2 announcements. One is for Karen tonight, you know, telling you the number. The other one is the tracker. It's also in the files. It's not a picture because it's a PDF. So just go to the website and look in the files or look at the announcement. There's 2 announced posts. One's Karen, one's the tracker. So there's 4 weeks on there. You only have to print it 1 time. Makes it super simple for you. And, you know, it's just activity. We just want you to let us know what you're doing. So I'll get out of the way now.
Okay, I think we're done. I did record this, so I'll post this. The other thing is, if you didn't get your tracker in from last week, go ahead and fill it out and put it in for this week.
Post it now.
Get it in there and then start again for this week. So it's all about being accountable because really what's going to grow your business. So excited to have things where they're going. And I know the call next week is going to be really good too. So make sure that you get your brand partners on this with you. They can start anytime with this run. So thanks, Donna, for doing this for us.
Thank you so much, Karen. Thanks, Paula, for sharing too. So everyone have a great night and post your activities. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
All right. Good night.
Good night.